Chapter 4, India in the 6th century BC, Rise of Jainism and Buddhism, Part 2. Objectives. In today's session, we will learn about teachings of Mahavira and main doctrines of Jainism, factors that led to the growth of Jainism, causes of decline of Jainism, impact of Jainism on Indian culture and society, life of Gautam Buddha. Teachings of Mahavira and main doctrines of Jainism. First teaching of Mahavira was the five vows. Mahavira laid great emphasis on the principle of ahimsa, means non-violence. According to him, all creatures, animals and plants possess life, so no harm should be caused to any living creature. Other than this, he asked the Jains to take vows of not telling a lie, means always speaking the truth, means satya, not to steal, asatya, non-attachment to worldly things, aprigraha, and celibacy means brahmacharya. Next, teaching is no belief in God. Mahavira did not believe in the existence of God. He had no faith in the theory that God created the world. According to him, man is responsible for his own destiny. Man can escape from his misery and suffering only through leading a life of renunciation. Then the third vow was nirvana or salvation. Mahavira accepted the current theories of karma and rebirth. The main aim of one's life is to attain salvation. Man can be liberated from the cycle of birth and rebirth by following the three ratnas, or we can say three gems, namely right faith, right knowledge and right conduct. The right conduct requires taking the five vows which have been mentioned earlier. Next doctrine was the rejection of Vedic rituals and yajnas. The Jains do not attach themselves or give importance to meaningless rites and ceremonies and the sacrificial rituals in which the sacrifice of animals were to be given. Next, to treat people on an equal basis and opposition to the caste system, Mahavira believed in equality of all human beings. All have the right to attain nirvana by leading a pure life. He preached that there should be no discrimination on grounds of caste, and he was in favor of the freedom of women and allowed them to join the Jain Sangh. Last is belief in penance. The Jains believe in penance and they were directed to live strict lives. To starve oneself means to keep oneself without food until death was regarded as a great virtue. Great virtue means as a high moral standard. Now next, factors that led to the growth of Jainism. First factor was the simple doctrines of Mahavira attracted many followers. The doctrines and teachings were very simple. In this way, a lot of number of people attracted to the religion. Then next, Mahavira used the common language of the masses there, which also attracted the people instead of using Sanskrit. Then Mahavira left behind the strong religious order of Jain Munis for the propagation of the doctrines. Royal patronage led to the growth of Jainism and many royal dynasties in the north and in the south. Patronized Jainism means they gave money in terms of charity for the propagation of the religion. Then the missionary zeal of the Jain monks, Munis, helped to spread Jainism all over the country. The next causes of decline of Jainism. Severe penance and austerity advocated by Mahavira was very difficult to be followed by the common people. Many hesitated to embrace Jainism because of the rigid which cannot be changed easily. Then Jainism was divided into two sects slowly and the two sects of the Jainism were Shvetambars and Digambars. Shvetambars, they were Jain monks who used to wear white clothes, and Digambars, they remained completely nude. And such division made it impossible to continue any concrete religious or social work among the people. Next topic is impact of Jainism on Indian culture and society. First, growth of vernacular languages. Vernacular languages means regional language or local language. A major portion of the Jain literature was written in Prakrit and it was preached in Ardh-Magadhi language, and in order to make it easy for the people to understand his teachings. Mahavira's teachings were composed in Ardh-Magadhi and later compiled into 12 books called Angas. Then next is art and architecture. The Jains erected stupas built of stone to honor their saints. Some of the stupas built by them were the famous caves at Ellora in Maharashtra, the colossal statue of Gomateshwar at Shravan-Belgola in Karnataka is another example. Then the third example is the beautiful Jain temple at Mount Abu in Rajasthan. The next is religion. The Jains were the first to make ahimsa or non-violence to make a rule of life, and such ideals continue to affect our life from generation to generation. Fourth, social impact and the welfare of mankind. The teachings of Mahavira led his followers to pay more attention to humanitarian services like opening of schools and hospitals. On to our next topic, Gautam Buddha and Buddhism. Life of Gautam Buddha. In the 6th century BC, India became the birthplace of a popular religious movement known as Buddhism. It was founded by a Kshatriya prince Gautama, who was the son of Suddhodana, the chief of the Shakya clan of Kapilavastu in the foothills of Nepal. Gautama was born in 567 BC in the village of Lumbini near Kapilavastu. He was married to a beautiful princess Yashoda and they had a son named Rahul. But the luxuries of the palace and even the love of his son and his wife could not satisfy his heart. The sight of an old man and a sick man, a dead body and an ascetic changed his life. He gave up all the things there, and at the age of 29 he broke all his worldly ties and left his palace as an ascetic in search of truth. This event of his life came to be known as the Great Renunciation, or we can say Mahaparityaga. The Enlightenment. Gautama visited many places and met many Brahmins who could supply answer to his spiritual quest. Together with 5 Brahmin ascetics, he practiced severe penance, and when he could no longer remain without food, he decided to take a morsel of food to keep himself alive. But this action of him made his companions deserted him, means that his companions left him, and he decided to give up the penance as he thought that it was a fruitless attempt to find truth through such means. Then he sat under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya and remained in meditation till he attained spiritual knowledge. Ultimately, the true life dawned on him and he came to be known as the Buddha or the Enlightenment One. The spot where he got enlightenment was considered a hallowed place where now stands the Mahabodhi temple in Bodh Gaya, and the tree under which he sat down is known as Bodhi tree. After his enlightenment, the Buddha proceeded to the deer park at Sarnath where he gave his first spiritual sermon, and for the next 45 years he moved from one place to another preaching his simple message to rich and poor both. He attained Nirvana or moksha at Kushinagar in 486 BC at the age of